Hey love, happy full moon in Virgo. Yeah, full moon in Virgo, lunar eclipse also in Virgo. Blood moon, we've got the Mercury retrograde happening in Pisces. Like the energy is really swirling around, asking for you to collectively self-reflect on first and foremost your own belief systems and your health and wellness, and the connection that you have to yourself and your own well-being. And then additionally the relationships with different people, places, things, situations, etc., even situationships with some of y'all, that you are keeping keeping yourself connected to, and how they are, or if they are supporting the connection that you have with yourself and your own well-being. Okay, so just some food for thought. All right, so we've already got cards popping out. We've got the Two of Wands. Okay, so off rip, this tells me that there's some sort of decision that is dang, yeah, 4 or 5 cards pop out. Some sort of decision that is weighing heavy on your mind, and that you are really contemplating and trying to figure out which way is heads or tails. Let me close my laptop. Which way is heads or tails of it, and you know what all you should be doing. We have the Temperance card that also popped out here, and so that immediately tells me that there is some concern in this energy of worry. We've got the Five of Pentacles around whether or not you'll have enough time to make the decision. And with this Five of Pentacles popping out, this tells me that there's a decision involving some sort of financial situation. So we have the Five of Pentacles. The energy that's coming through is either there's not going to be enough time for you to make this decision, or there is concern that if you do make this decision, it's going to impede on your finances in one way, shape, form, or fashion. Let's keep diving in. The other card that popped out is the Five of Wands. It takes me a second to see it because, as you can see, they're kind of I forget what the term for this effect on the cards is, but you can see it. I have to kind of like tilt it to see what it is. Anyway, I have the Five of Wands, and then the other card that popped out is the King of Wands. You got a lot of wand energy, so and that's really fitting with, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Saturn and one of the other planets just moved into Aries. So yeah, we've got a lot going on astrologically and in the cosmos this month, this week, this year, this first portion of the year. So the first quarter of the year. I'm gonna get it out, I promise. But yeah, so, and then we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, we have the Secret of Daggers. So this energy is really, let me get the next. I knew it. Then we have the Devil card popping out. Okay, so again, with this particular decision, there is a concern, a worry that you're running out of time, or that you're not going to be able to make the money, receive the money, find the money in time to take care of whatever this decision is. Okay, what you are not realizing in terms of your own mental health and well-being, obviously that is stressing you out, and it is a conflict, but at the same time it's happening for you. And I know that's kind of tough to hear, especially when you feel like your back is up against the wall, but it's very imperative that you get creative and pause for a second and ask yourself, what opportunity is here that you're not seeing? That's the way I'm being told to deliver that to you. Okay, take it how it resonates, leave what doesn't. And then with the King of Wands, right? So there is a specific vision, a specific way that you saw things going and working out, and because of the time crunch, or because of your perceived your perception of how much time you do or do not have, you are essentially cutting yourself off at the knees. Let's just leave it there. Okay, then we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so first off, Spirit is saying the truth. But more importantly, Spirit is saying that you are being too logical. You're thinking about things too logically, and you need to, again, get more creative and allow yourself to get curious about the opportunity that you're missing within the available options. It's almost like sinking or swimming are not your only options. You have the option to float too. And so Spirit is asking you to pause for a second, to step outside of the stress, the worry, the anxiety of running out of time, and give yourself a moment of stillness so that you can have that clarity and that aha moment, if you will, in regards to the opportunity that's there and that's available for you. The other thing here is that you are also learning a different way, or a new way of connecting to your own needs and wants and desires, and learning that you have other options to fulfill them, especially with this Queen of Cups card that came through earlier. Okay, so again, I know it's easier said than done when you have your back up against the wall and it feels like you don't have enough time and that you're running out of time, etc., etc., etc. The thing to remember here is that time is man-made. Okay, take the moment of stillness and give yourself a chance to actually think detached from the overwhelm of being in give yourself a chance to detach from being overwhelmed by the anxiety, all the what if questions, the negative ruminating thoughts of things not working out, etc., etc. What's really interesting here is that with this page, the Seeker of Swords, which is the Page of Swords in this deck, with the Page of Swords here, the clarity, the very clarity that you're looking for is actually going to pop up and be available for you the sooner that you allow yourself to take that moment of stillness. And so again, I know it's hard, it's a little challenging and difficult. We have the Page of Pentacles, so the Seeker of Globes. I know it's a little bit challenging and it's a little daunting, intimidating, to think about what's going to happen if in the event you don't have or you run out of time, or time runs out before you can make the decision or figure out what to do or what's going to be the best course of action. But in my experience, especially as an emotional authority, anytime that you feel like you don't have enough time to decide, the answer is going to be no anyway. Again, that's in my experience. What I am saying, the guidance and support here is for you is to take that moment of stillness, to allow yourself the time, the space, the opportunity to breathe, so that you can actually get a handle on what the situation truly is for you, regardless of if you have an emotional authority like I do or not. Like the whole point is for you to give yourself a second to look at things objectively. I think that's right. Basically, without being biased based on your own thoughts, ideas, beliefs, and or expectations that you have for yourself and or other people that are, forcing those expectations onto you. Like, you want to be unbiased in the way that you are looking at the situation and simply allow yourself to observe. Okay. All right. And then we have the Three of Cups. Okay. Yeah. So this right here is telling me, this was the Six of Swords. So this right here is telling me that you actually have support that you're not tapping into in order to either help you make this decision or to support you in making this decision, to make sure that you have whatever resources and tools and stuff like that that you need if in the event the decision is made, or leading up to being able to make the decision. Whichever category applies to you, take it as it resonates, leave the rest. Okay. Next that's coming through, we have the Star. And we have the King of Swords. And so these two here are, again, that logic that we were talking about before. You cannot logic your way through this. I know that is the typical route that we are taught to take whenever it's time to strategize and be strategic and problem solve and all the things, but your logic is what is impeding your judgment and delaying your process for being able to be quote unquote certain in your decision that you are trying to make. Okay. my suggestion to you, again, the easiest way for you to not be logical about this, like obviously take whatever considerations you need to. At the same time, you need to give yourself some space, some time, some opportunity to be playful and to not take life, take yourself, take the situation so seriously. It may be an important decision, but at the end of the day, you are playing the game of life. Okay? I'm going to pull 2 more cards. Lastly, we've got the Sun. I don't know if you can see that. I love this deck. And we have the Hanged One. So here again, just like I said, as soon as you allow yourself to be more playful and cling to the joyfulness that is threaded within the situation more so than the stress and anxiety of not having enough time, is the sooner that you will have your answer, the sooner that you will be able to see your path and your way forward, your North Star forward. Okay. All right, my love, if you want a full breakdown of your energy, where it's leaking, and personalized clarity on how to correct it, the energy audit is where I do that at. You can find the link in the description box below, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye.